Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Big Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is from Gindo's, it is the spicy cranberry hot sauce. And we've got, this habaneros, the pepper. We got turkey and brie sandwiches. Oh, no, that's a separate category. Turkey and brie sandwiches, roast chicken, quinoa salad. That's interesting. Roast beef and cheesecake. Cheesecake would be... I should have got some cheesecake. I mean, is there ever a bad time to have cheesecake? Is there ever a bad time to have cheesecake? I say no. So we've got red bell pepper, the distilled vinegar water, cranberries, habanero pepper, Himalayan salt, cane sugar, Allier salt, brown sugar, black lava salt, ghost pepper, the ghosties with the mosties, 4 peppercorn blend, and xanthan gum. Now, I used to shy away from cranberry sauces. I used to shy away from cranberry sauces because I just don't have turkey that much. Like, I'll have turkey and then I'll be like, I'm really tired of turkey, and then I won't have it again for a really long time. But I always am interested in a well-done sauce. And that, of course, changed once I started having those bird's eye power bowls, which are essentially a quinoa salad. They're very heavy on the quinoa. And once I started having those, I don't like the flavor of the apple cider vinegar, so I like to get a little hot sauce in there to make those nice. I have had that in other videos. Watch every single video on the channel here in the FOH series to find that. There is a hot sauce playlist. I don't recall off the top of my head because I think I've done all of the power bowls I normally have. I think I've done a video for all, I had it in videos for the hot sauce. I don't do videos just on normal food products because that's not what the FOH series is all about then, is it? It's about hot, spicy, chili head things. Anyway, yeah, this looks very much like a very nice cranberry sauce. Like it's not the deep sort of maroon magenta that like ocean spray out of the can is. This is very much more towards I guess more of like a reddish. It's more towards red. There's a little bit of the maroonish in there, but it's definitely more towards red. I would say for this one, more of a normal looking hot sauce. It looks really good. It's a stunning visual. I don't think I've ever seen a Gindo's hot sauce that looks bad. Certainly not starting with this one. And let's just get on into this. It's a really fascinating depth of flavor. Like when you have cranberry in a sauce, it's kind of hard to get away from that. Certainly cranberry is fairly up in the mix, but there's a depth and a richness to this that a lot of other hot sauces don't have. And those different salts in there with their different minerals seem to add a nice little sense of umami into things. I could see where this would be definitely interesting on cheese and roast beef. It is not so... With cranberry, if you have a very forward in cranberry, then you have the quinine starts to play a huge role in things. That's what kind of gives it that little bit of pucker. Whereas this one, it definitely, it's one component among many, and it feels like one component among many. With habanero and ghosties in there, this is a fairly mild sauce, I would say. It is not, there's not anything particularly scorching here at all. Lots of different sugars. Definitely the quinine has been really tamped down in this sauce. It's a really interesting blend, I would say. It, I mean, you know, it's Gindo's. Like, Gindo's is generally almost always like really, really top notch. And here I would say this is as well. This is not maybe one of the favorite sauces I've had from them. It is a sauce I like quite a lot. So there's a, I don't know if they've hired somebody that just likes doing this or what the poop is, but there's a grocery store near me. I really like smoking meats. And it's nice that they like smoking meats because I really like smoked meats. I do enjoy my meats being smoked. No question. And so I thought, you know, turkey. I was just going to make a turkey brie and maybe a stuffing, but I haven't. I have to be really interested, I guess, really invested in wanting to do that because it is me trying to eat an entire turkey and an entire stuffing by myself. And if I make all the fixings, I'm gonna get tired of it before I get to the end. So I think for me, I just a few of these years I just haven't gotten to that extent. But now that this place is smoking turkey, I mean, obviously I'll be running out of this sauce. I don't know if you can see it, but we're way down there. I'll be running out of this before I ever get around to doing that sandwich, most likely. But I could have made myself a batch of stuffing and just kind of did a sandwich that way. In fact, I have done those sandwiches, I think, in years past. In some of the other hot sauce videos, maybe one of the other cranberry hot sauces I've done. It's hard to remember specifically stuff like that, just when there's such a gamut of sauces. And you know, we're well past 600 sauces at the time I filmed this, and we'll be closing in on, if we continue at that rate, we'll be closing in on 700 probably this year, 2026. Anyway, let's give this a go. They didn't need the herb blend on here. In fact, I wish it wasn't there, but the smoked turkey is excellent. Turkey, I think, lends itself just extremely well to being smoked. I mean, you know, what meat doesn't, though? You smoke pretty much anything. I have smoked chickens in the past. Those are quite nice, too. You see a smoked ham, you see smoked turkey. You don't really see smoked roast beef, though, outside of, like, barbecue. That's actually, I guess, where you see mostly the smoked chicken. Yeah, this is excellent. I could do without those herbs, though. I don't like those. Everybody wants to get fancy. Want to get fancy. This almost feels like a hot sauce with cranberry in it. More than a cranberry hot sauce, if that makes sense. I've had a few of them. I don't do a lot of cranberry sauces because most of the time when I'm buying hot sauces, and most of the ones in this series and on the blog, I paid for directly. So I'm generally, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, I'm looking for as much flexibility as I can manage. Cranberry, I don't think, even among fruits, is honestly particularly flexible. And again, that has to do with the quinine in it. Absolutely delectable sauce, though. The flavor of this is excellent. I mean, it's just another really, really good sauce from Gindo's. There are things I would rather have than cranberry, to be sure. But if you're going to make a cranberry sauce, you should try to make a good to great one. And that's where I would probably put this as very good. I don't think I'd put it quite all the way to great. For me, if it's a cranberry sauce, I'd like it to be way forward as far as cranberry. I don't mind quinine. But, I mean, definitely a very good one. Like, Gindo's doesn't really miss. Everything I've had from them has been pushing towards spectacular. And if you look at the overall ratings for the sauce, it's borne out as well. I keep thinking I should do more categorization, by like overall score or something. But the bigger that pool gets, the more daunting that task becomes. I would need to get like an intern or something, because I don't have the time or particularly the patience to really do it. There's not a need. Like the alphabetical list was a good idea. I'm glad I did that. And the refinements that I made to that over time, I think, are also pretty strong. I like that. It's easy for me to kind of find what I'm looking for. And if I can find what I'm looking for readily, then I feel like then everybody else should be able to do that as well. I am kind of debating, though, doing it by, overall rating or overall heat or something like that. But there would be a huge disparity. Like if you go back to the end of the year blog for 2024, you can see the scale and how it's weighted. And heat only plays 25% of that role. But when I'm buying a hot sauce, I almost never buy it for the heat. I'm buying for flavor and flexibility. Those are by far the two most important considerations to me personally. But, given, of course, that it is a hot sauce and not just a sauce, that is something I do want, at some point as well. So, yeah, definitely. Where this is limited release, I don't know how difficult it would be. Like, I probably would have to order this direct. I don't think I've seen this one in the wild. But this would definitely be worth getting another bottle of. I really like this about Gindo's, is them just adding, putting all these pairing suggestions on the label itself. Like, they really leave nothing to chance. The label design is slick. We have a nice label gap here for the level. And so you can see the sauce. Like, the label is completely clear. And of course, what's in the bottle is generally pretty fantastic. So, I mean, I think there are other cranberry sauces I've liked a little bit better than this. But this is definitely right up near the top. No question. A lot of this stuff comes down to my own personal palate. But this is a fabulous sauce. You definitely don't come to this party though unless you like cranberry. Although, if you're not sure if you like cranberry, this would be a good one to start because it is not abrasively cranberry, if that makes any sense. So it's more accessible than a lot of the other ones. Definitely though, like Gindo's is just outstanding. They make outstanding stuff, no question. And I would probably include this in the full, encompassing the full gamut of things. And we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Gindo's Spicy Cranberry Hot Sauce. Now go full in peace to serve the flame.